you know, we started this last year, and again this year we are going to each award one person or organization a Capture the Spirit Award. Here is the criteria for that. You have to use purple trash bags. I don't think you only have to do 3 out of these. Is that right, 3 or 4? You have to shop local. You have to be an active voter. You have to be a volunteer. Use city amenities, which I've named a lot tonight. And you have to bleed purple. I'm not sure anybody does that with me. Okay, maybe. All right, so each of the council members chose someone that they would like to recommend. So I think we're beginning with Marcia.
Okay. Well, the mayor is a tough act to follow, but I will try to keep up the pace. So first I want to say that I was so appreciative that you mentioned the Public Arts Master Plan, but you forgot. I know that you all love coming to meetings. You are having such a good time tonight that you're going to want to come to another meeting Thursday night. Across the street in the Street Smarts building, we're having a Public Arts Master Plan open house. So mark it down, and we hope to see you all back there so that you can help plan what happens in public arts. So that's my contribution to the state of the city. But if you'll join me, I am so excited tonight. We have 2 incredible, remarkable people that I want to honor tonight. There's so many people in the city who contribute so much and who love this city, but there are not too many people who come from as far away to adopt a new home and then get so involved that you would never know that they weren't native born like Mayor Nancy. So Sharon and Bernard Robertson moved here from South Africa, and they have just embraced this community. They're property owners. They are just incredible volunteers. They are, in fact, the people who spearheaded the formation and the continuation of the PIB 5 group. It's very easy to get something started, but to keep something going takes really special people. And they are just at it all the time, helping to make the whole community fabulous. Sharon also sits on the Gwinnett Medical Center Women's Advisory Council. And they're just involved in so many different things. And so I could not think of people who bled purpler, is that a word? That'll be my word for tonight, than Sharon and Bernard. I just want to thank you so much for your contributions to the city.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Melanie Sheldon is my honoree tonight. I've known Melanie for many years, mostly through the Duluth Fall Festival and various committees that she served on through the city. Melanie has served on the Duluth Fine Arts League since its beginning. She was also on the selection committee for our Ascension art piece, which Nancy showed you tonight, and it can be seen at the roundabout at West Lawrenceville Street. She was a member of our wayfinding committee, which was instrumental in selecting our city signage and throughout our downtown and our monuments, which can be seen in places to the entrances of Duluth. One of those was just recently completed at Pleasant Hill Road, right on the other side of the river. She has volunteered for many years with the Duluth Fall Festival, helping to set up, tear down, and sell at the general store. Melanie has worked with Wellspring Living Foundation for 5.5 years. She's taught art therapy to the women there for many years and currently sets up and decorates the thrift shop and the treasure shop. Before Wellspring, she volunteered at the Duluth Cooperative Ministry, stocking shelves with food. She served on Duluth Middle School and Duluth High School PTA boards. She served on Duluth Community Scholarship Committee, which gives community college scholarships for needy Duluth High School students. She has served on the Advisory Council at Duluth Medical Center. She's a member of Duluth First Methodist Church, where she taught Sunday school, confirmation classes, Bible study, and assisted with the flower guild. She's shared her artistic abilities with us with paintings in our community. Parsons Alley flower pots, Joan Glancy Rehab Center ceiling panels for patient rooms, the painted a mural in the children's nursery at Duluth Methodist, painted the Duluth Middle School historical mural on the front hall showing all of Duluth middle schools since the early 1900s. One of the suggested criteria for nominations is to shop locally. I'm not sure how much she does of that, but I know she eats locally, because my wife and I see her and her husband Russ at the Duluth Diner quite often on Sunday mornings. Thank you, Melanie, for all your volunteer efforts, for sharing your artistic talent.
Introduce Miss Wanda Jackson Benowitz, and I make sure to say the Jackson just to let you know our families have been intertwined and around here as long as we can remember. Wanda Jackson grew up on Meadow Church Road, was born at Joan Glancy. She's a native, local is good. I became familiar with her particular branch of the Jacksons about 50 years ago, when her little sister used to chase me all around the playground in the first grade and kick me in the shin with her little patent leather shoes. So that was my first girlfriend. Her little sister. We'll say that. And then several years later, we have sons the same age, and we got to see each other maybe a couple of times at Principal Judy Sullivan's office, because for some reason those two boys tend to get in trouble in kindergarten and first grade. So I don't know if anybody else has ever been kicked out of kindergarten, but Charlie and David got suspended from kindergarten. And I'm certain it was all Charlie's fault. Couldn't have been David's fault. But Wanda has given back to this community her whole life. She has spent over 31 years as a teacher right here at Duluth Middle and Hull Middle. She's still teaching today, off and on when she feels like it. No, you'll go back. But, you know, she ended up teaching the children of some of the children she had taught, much like Brooke. I think she taught Brooks. So a lot of that went on. 31 years here in the city teaching our children. She served about 11 years on soccer boards. The West Gwinnett Soccer, Atlanta United Fire was very instrumental in getting those organizations up to where, you know, they're the premier soccer organizations in the state of Georgia right now. Wanda has served on the Parks and Recs Advisory Board for 12 years or so. About 10 of those as the chairperson. So we talk about the amenities we have with Parks and Rec and all the effort that's gone into that. Wanda has been very instrumental in the master park plans and leading the Parks and Rec Advisory Board to advise the city on what the citizens need, what the amenities should be. And this city would not be where it is today without people like Wanda. And I can say nothing but thank you so much for all your involvement for all these years.
Okay. Fine, Andrew. I don't have as much to say about Andrew because he's not as old. Andrew is a student at Georgia Gwinnett College here in Gwinnett. And the reason I chose Andrew as my person to give the Capture the Spirit Award to is because I was the chairperson of the Duluth Fall Festival during 2014. And this is 54 committees. That's a lot of committees. But Andrew was the chairperson of the parking committee. Now, did you hear me say that we had over 100,000 people in the city? And Andrew was the chairperson of that committee. He is by far the youngest chair that I had to work with me for the year. I was so impressed with him at the meeting. He would stand up and give the updates and ask for people to volunteer, and He's just got so much leadership capacity. You do, Andrew. I'm really proud of you. I've known him for a long time. He actually grew up in Duluth. He's a product of Duluth schools. And I know that you are all proud of him as well, and I'm sure that we will see him be a leader in other capacities. So, thank you very much.
Needs help getting up. But it's my pleasure and privilege to honor Arthur Salas. That's your name? No. Arthur Salas. Arthur has donated and accomplished a lot of things in the community that most people don't know about. He goes about his business very quietly, but I want to say this. Arthur started Duluth Travel in a building that's no longer here, over on the corner at 120 and Main Street. We tore that one down and made him move. But he's still in the city, employs about 10 people, so he is providing jobs here in the community and providing a great service.
57.
You told me 10. Okay, 57. Okay. 57 jobs. Thank you. Now, the other piece of this is Arthur was on the Zoning Board of Appeals. He was the chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals for 2 years, on the Zoning Board of Appeals for a total of 8. During his tenure as the Zoning Board chairman, some of you in the crowd will remember the threat of a Walmart on PIB. Well, he and I were on that Zoning Board of Appeals, and we wound up getting sued over it. So we went through a lot of pain and agony to reach the decisions that we did. And that is where now the Fuquay development is going to be. So I think we won all the way around on that one. But Arthur also does a lot to support our police department. I see the chief standing back there guarding the door, but he does a lot of things. We have a police awards banquet every year. Arthur contributes to the success of that every year. One of the things he does is provide a trip for the officer of the year. Every year provides that to the police department. In addition, he has provided some of the nice things that they need in order to accomplish their mission. And in 2013, it was tasers. This year, he's working on his donation is to provide body cameras, things that you can read about in the news, of course. But Arthur has a habit of doing these things and staying below the radar and not asking any recognition. So tonight, we want to recognize him.